Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Jon Gold. Today, Johnny, we are not talking about the Arizona Wildcats. We're talking about ASU.
Oh, okay.
Story that you have in the Star this week talks about how ASU is among the least penalized teams in the league, which is incredible when you consider their reputation under Dennis Erickson with Vontaze Burfict years ago. These were guys who would take your head off, even if it meant a 15-yard penalty. Now it seems like they're playing cleaner. I think your story said they play with more, it's like character and discipline than in the past.
Nice little buzzwords, nice little Todd Graham buzzwords. I think he gets them from his little headset. You mentioned they're one of the least penalized teams. They are the least for the third straight year. After 2 years of leading the league in penalties. That's almost unbelievable to me. When you think about getting things cleaned up means, okay, we're going to instill a little discipline. Again, that's the buzzword, and we'll talk about that later. But maybe going from 80 yards in penalties to 60 yards in penalties, even that's a big change. They've reversed course completely. And the fact that they're now year 3 in terms of leading the conference in penalties, fewest penalty yards, that's very clear that this team is not just at a certain level, but beyond everyone else in the conference now.
Sure, John, it's one of those things too. Todd Graham uses, again, like we said, those buzzwords, one pulse, one heartbeat, stuff like that. And people in Tucson roll their eyes, but you look at those numbers, he's doing something right. He's
doing a lot more than something right. This is a guy who brought, and I love this, when a player tells you something that you're not quite sure if the coach wants out, that's the good stuff. A couple of the players told me that Todd Graham brought officials in to teach them the nuances of what they're going to call. When you have an official say, hey, you can get away with holding if you do it right. I mean, there's holding on every single play in college football, but if you do it right, you don't get caught. And I think what Arizona State does is they've really instilled self-discipline, not discipline in terms of, hey, go run 500 miles. It's, hey, take it upon yourself to represent yourself and your team well. And look at them now, man. Again, leading the conference and among the best in the country.
Absolutely. John, I'm going to put you under the gun here. Friday, Arizona plays ASU. Wildcats are 12th, Sun Devils are 13th. They're both 9-2. The winner has an outside shot of winning the Pac-12 South if Stanford can beat UCLA. Just close your eyes and tell me.
Who wins?
Arizona 23, Arizona State 21.
Okay, so relatively low scoring, but Arizona still wins. What's the difference to you?
I think the difference is Arizona's got that magic right now that Arizona State seems to be lacking a little of. I think if you look at just which team comes into this game kind of on a little better high, I think you got to say Arizona. That huge win at Utah might be one of the wins of the year in this conference. I mean, winning at Utah's tough, and Utah's good. So the fact they did that's pretty impressive.
Right, and the Sun Devils' 2 losses, it's worth pointing out, too, come to UCLA at home, and it was bad. And a bad Oregon State team on the road. They have not played Oregon yet this year, but with a little luck here on Saturday, the Sun Devils could play them next week. It's going to be compelling, great football, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Jon Gold, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.